I'm going to show you how to remove child support like my student Gregory did. So watch the entire video. I want to just say though, disclaimer, I do not support deadbeat parents. I do not support deadbeat parents. I do not support deadbeat parents. I'm helping those of y'all that, life happens. Maybe it just didn't work out, but I don't support deadbeat parents. So if you're a deadbeat parent, this is not for you. You knew what you signed up for when you had them kids, right? So let's get straight into it. I'm going to show y'all and teach y'all how to remove the child support like my student Gregory did. Without further ado, so you can see on the screen right there, he said, bro, I got child support removed from my brother. Like, I'm in shock. You see child support account removed from your file. So it's literally there. I don't know what other evidence to give y'all as far as my student removing it. But go ahead and follow me on IG too, at Mike O. Benjamin, just so you can look at all my student success highlights. So y'all know, like, I'm actually out here helping my students, right? And helping change lives. We do the credit repair, the funding as well. But my students are going crazy too. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you right now. So I need y'all to understand success with removing child support, it really requires a mindset shift because I know a lot of y'all don't even believe you can remove child support. Y'all don't even believe you can, some of y'all don't even believe you can remove hard inquiries, right? So I know it's a mindset thing. I know we weren't taught a lot of this stuff growing up. That's why my channel is so dope. And that's why my YouTube channel is more valuable than a Harvard degree. Y'all know this already if you've been following me. So I need you to understand too that any item can be removed from your consumer report, your credit report, whatever you want to call it, right? Y'all have probably seen in many of my videos, if you watch, a lot of my students just removing all these negative items, right? We remove all these negative items. So just keep that in mind. I need your mindset to be right when it comes to that. You need to unlearn what you've already learned, right? Where they say like, oh, you can't remove so and so item. Any item can be removed. You just have to have that claim and exercise your right. This is why we use consumer law. This is why we don't use any Metro 2. We use consumer law because it has legal standing. So one thing too that I need you to know, you could literally treat child support like a bankruptcy because it is a court order. So just kind of on a mindset as far as approach. One thing about credit, if y'all don't understand, credit is so interesting because you got to think multidimensional. You got to, I like to compare it to like, I always compare it to like a boxing match, but I like to compare it to like chess as well. With like chess, you can plant like they say the best, don't quote me. They say like the best people in chess, like the best people in the world, they know like their next 10 moves, essentially. The average chess player might know their next one or two moves. But knowing the next 10 moves, you might be like, okay, I can go this way. If my opponent, meaning the bureaus, responds this way, I got to go that way, right? So y'all got to understand with credit repair, whether you're doing it yourself or you're doing it for somebody, I recommend if you're doing it for yourself, you should definitely like do it for somebody, open up a side hustle, a business, all that, because it's a very high income skill. People are always going to need a credit repair. But yeah, my point is just treat it like it's a boxing match. Treat it like it's a chess match as well. If you don't know how to play chess, then I'm sorry. Nah, but so the truth. This is the truth, right? You can go argue with your mama or go argue with whoever. If you want to be arguing with me in my comments, my team is probably not even going to reply to you. And most likely, I'm not even going to see the comment, just being transparent. So you can comment though. I like it when y'all comment, even if it's negative, because it pushes the algorithm and you're helping me feed my family by putting out my videos to more people. So if you got negative stuff to speak about, put it in the comment section. Let's talk. So child support is unconstitutional. And just the reality, it's not meant to benefit the custodial parent. The purpose of child support is to reward the states for debt collection practices. I need y'all to understand. If y'all don't understand it already, everything is about money, right? Everything is about money. Everything is about money. Why do you think when my students and I do the consumer laws and then when we sue the bureaus, now they want to cooperate? Because everything is about money. They don't want to pay money, right? Why are you right now that's watching this? Why are you so cheap? Because everything is about money, right? So just keep in mind that everything is about money and child support is no different. So keep in mind, it's not even about like, oh, it's not a genuine thing of them trying to help the parent necessarily. the greater scheme of things, I need y'all to open y'all minds. The greater scheme of it is they're rewarding the state for debt collection practices, right? So let's talk about how Gregory, my student, deleted the child support for his brother. So he number one, this is where we're gonna lose a lot of y'all, right? We're gonna give y'all free information today, but I just need y'all to understand the reality of what happens when you make an investment in yourself, right? So number one, he invested in himself with our mentorship program. Let me edit that too. So our 10K mentorship program, I believe he got in when it was only 5,000, but it's 10,000 now. So keep that in mind. He invested in himself. I know we lost like 99% of you. A lot of y'all like, oh, money, I gotta invest. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but so number two, he used the resources I give my students and he approached it with understanding our right to privacy. So part of understanding our right to privacy, we're going to go over it as far as the congressional findings of the FCRA. And then also, if you have a right to privacy, I mean, to me, it sounds like you have a right to opt out. So 15 USC 6802, hint, hint, you feel me? So just keep that in mind of what you just want to be aware of. You can replay this video, obviously, as many times as you need to catch everything I'm saying. But I'm going to give y'all some different ways that you can actually delete it. Because, like I said, it's like chess. We've personally gotten child support deleted different amount of ways, right? So I need y'all to understand that every item you delete is not necessarily always going to be the same thing. You can't just necessarily be a one-trick pony. You got to be able to adapt. So child support is a debt. So one thing you can do, send out a debt validation letter. If everything isn't accurate, then shoot. To me, that's grounds for removal, right? You can also send a cease and desist letter in addition to an affidavit. So you send that cease and desist letter. If they violate that, you've obviously been violated under unfair debt collection practices. I can't tell you how you were violated, but if you're violated under the FDCPA, 15 USC 1692, then you're violated, right? So do your due diligence on that. A different approach you can do, because like I said, you can kind of look at it because it is a court order. Look at it like in a same realm as a bankruptcy, similar realm. Attack the secondaries. So LexisNexis, for example, and you can attack some other ones and leverage that to get it deleted on the big three. So however you would approach deleting a bankruptcy, just kind of look at it in terms of that lens. That's what I recommend. That's not financial advice. People say like that's not credit advice because you know how people say this is not financial advice, it's not legal advice. Do people be saying that's not credit advice? That's not credit advice, what I just said. But understand your rights of privacy as well. So going back to what I said, 15 USC 1681A number 4. So we just go over here real quick. So this is the congressional findings of the FCRA. If you're new to me, maybe you don't know what the FCRA is. It's the Fair Credit Reporting Act, also known as 15 USC 1681. So one thing when you're reading the laws, you want to look at the titles and look at the purpose of it, right? So it says congressional findings and statement of purpose. What does that mean? That means that Congress found something that was going on that was wrong, and then now they're stating the purpose of the section. So this is where the FCRA came from. So Congress makes the following findings. You see right there, right? I really want to focus on A number 4. So it says there's a need to ensure that consumer reporting agencies, one thing too, you want to, well, they just put it as consumer here, but you want to click on the hyperlinks and it'll give you definitions. So there's a need to ensure that consumer reporting agencies exercise their grave responsibilities with fairness, impartiality, and a respect for the consumer's right to privacy. So that last part is really important, and that's kind of alluding to what I said. So it's an invasion of your privacy as a consumer. Well, I can't tell you what it is for you. So based on what I'm reading, if you got child support, if your client got child support, it's up to you to determine if it's an invasion of their right to privacy, right? So just understand that, because like when you really understand the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, when you just pay attention to like just looking at the history of it and just understanding, what's like what it's talking about, that's gonna help you as far as your game plan in chess or your boxing match. to figure out how to go ahead and get that negative item deleted, essentially, child support in this case. So keep that in mind. I hope this is adding value to y'all. One last thing too, I know this is gonna add value to y'all. So people sleep on this last part too. Let me just unhighlight this real quick. So one thing you gotta remember is that 15 USC 1681 S-2, it talks about responsibilities of furnishers of information. Basically, this is a simple way for me to describe it to you. So when you send a dispute letter, or let's say you're just when you send a dispute letter, basically when your report gets updated, it's supposed to say in the comment section, consumer disputes, etc., right? If it does not say that, that's a violation under the FCRA, because they're supposed to have reasonable procedures to make sure that stuff like that is already in place. So one thing I've seen people do is leverage that to get deletions. So is it going to be like guaranteed? Nothing is guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is that you're not going to physically be here forever, right? And the only thing that's guaranteed is nothing's going to happen if you don't do anything out of what I said, right? But I just say that to say this is something you can keep in mind as well. So look up 15 USC 1681 S-2, study it, be familiar with it. If the notation of consumer disputes isn't under your credit report after it refreshes after you sent out that dispute, to me, that's a violation, right? So do what you will with that information. All right. So with that being said, if you got value, you can click the link in the description. And we're about to launch our $200 a month mentorship community. If you're not ready to join the 10K mentorship yet. So this group is essentially for people that are looking to start their credit repair business or continue to grow their credit repair business, because I know not everybody's ready yet for the 10K mentorship, but you can come in the $200 a month community. We're going to launch it on June 19th, like I said. So click the link in the description. If you're watching this video early, before it actually releases, click the link in the description. You'll be able to join the waiting list, right? So we'll give you information on that. Most of y'all are going to be watching this after June 19th, so it'll already be launched. So just click the link in the description. Come and join us in the community. It's a great way to get started as far as your credit repair journey, starting your credit repair business or continuing to grow your credit repair business. If you're somebody that wants to chill with the big dogs, go watch the main video on my channel. It'll give you more information on the 10K mentorship so you can come and get the real bag with us. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.